Let's call the meeting in order, please. You want to take the roll?
Mayor Zakowski.
Here.
Alderman Kittle.
Here.
Alderman Vries.
Here.
Alderman Weinmeier.
Here.
Alderman Gartner.
Here.
Alderman Volkert.
Here.
And I have Alderperson Kraft is absent.
Pledge of Allegiance. Republic for which it stands.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. No public comments.
I got a quick public comment. I'd just like to welcome in one of our newest citizens to New Richmond, Levi Wiedenfeld, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Noah. Is he watching tonight?
He's probably one of our few viewers at home.
Oh, at least get a picture up here.
For the Packer game, I don't know.
Put out a picture, Noah. Up here.
Your motion to approve the consent agenda.
I make that motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so moved.
Aye.
You gotta watch that, Jim. You gotta watch that with somebody online. You gotta give it a little bit of a pause there.
Was that a name?
Yeah.
Motion passes. New business. Certified survey map, Gateway Homes.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The first application that we'll be reviewing this evening is a certified survey map for 1149 Hidden Lane. This application was submitted by Gateway Homes on behalf of Citywide Development, and they're looking to subdivide their 3/4 acre parcel to create one new vacant lot. First let's look at the CSM up there. Currently, that big box is one lot, and they're just looking to split it down the middle for 2 lots. Nothing too exciting. For some context, this site is to the north is Hidden Lane Apartments and Bernard's Car Dealership. To the east and south are duplexes and single-family homes. And to the west is the First Baptist Church. For zoning and the comprehensive plan, the future land use map designates it as low-density residential, and the parcel has a zoning designation of Z2 Suburban District. The existing use of the land is not changing and therefore is consistent with our comprehensive plan and our zoning districts. There's only one access point off of Hidden Lane, and the applicant has the correct drainage and utility easement, so pretty simple. The Development Review Committee and Plan Commission have both reviewed the application and recommend approval with no conditions. I'm happy to answer questions.
I would make a motion to approve Gateway Homes CSM.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? I take the roll, please.
Alderman Kittle.
Yes.
Alderman Vries.
Yes.
Alderman Weinmeier.
Yes.
Alderman Gartner.
Yes.
Alderman Volkert.
Yes.
Motion passes. Next item, certified survey map, Waldroff.
So James Waldroff submitted a certified survey map application to divide a 74-acre parcel to create one vacant 3-acre outlot, which is located in the city of New Richmond. An outlot by definition is a parcel of land other than a lot, which is not intended for building or structured development. The comprehensive plan guides this site as low-density residential, and the zoning designation is Z2 Suburban District. The existing land use is not changing as a result of the subdivision of land to create a vacant outlot, so therefore it is consistent with our comp plan and our zoning designation. For context, the surrounding uses, the Whispering Prairie development is located directly to the west. The outlot does not have any public access to a road, and therefore a note has been added to the CSM stating that if the outlot were to be transferred to a non-abutting property owner, that an access easement would be required. Since there is no development occurring, no easements are currently necessary. Again, that outlot is not intended for building or structured development. So the only structure that would be allowed on the outlot is a portable detached accessory building less than 150 square feet, such as a small portable garden shed. The Development Review Committee and Plan Commission have both reviewed the certified survey map and recommend approval with no conditions. I'm happy to answer questions.
I'd make a motion to approve the Waldorf CSM.
I'll second it.
Further discussion? Not take the roll, please.
Alderman Vries,
Yes.
Alderman Weinmeier,
Yes.
Alderman Gartner,
Yes.
Alderman Volkert,
Yes.
Alderman Kittle.
Yes.
Motion passes. Next item, preliminary final condominium plat, Falcon, Glen.
Bacon and Hague, on behalf of Bass Lake Equities, submitted a preliminary and final plat for a development to be known as Falcon Glen, located at 425 West 8th Street. It's approximately 2.1 acres. The proposed project consists of 4 condo buildings with 6 units each for a total of 24 dwelling units. The site is surrounded primarily by residential uses. The Grace Place shelter is to the west. Single-family homes are located to the east and south, and the Dakota Meadows multifamily apartment building and fourplexes are located to the northeast. The proposed development is unlikely to have an adverse impact on the surrounding uses or future development. The comp plan guides the site for medium high-density residential, which includes primarily attached housing types such as townhomes, apartments, and manufactured housing. So the proposed condos are consistent with our comprehensive plan. The property has a zoning designation of Z5 traditional neighborhood district, which guides the site for primarily higher density in mixed use neighborhoods, commercial and other variety of uses. So the proposed condos are an allowed use subject to a building permit application. So if we look at the site plan here up on the screen, there are 4 buildings with 6 units each, again for a total of 24 condo units. Each condo building will be 2 stories in height, and the individual units will be a mix of 2 to 3 bedrooms. Each unit will have a rear patio, and 8 units will have a second-story deck and balcony, which are all consistent with our requirements. For access, there's one access point from West 8th Street, which will be a private 2-way driveway. And per our New Richmond Fire Chief, there are no concerns regarding access in the event of an emergency. For parking, each unit will have 1 enclosed garage space and 1 outdoor parking stall for a total of 48 stalls. If the owner wished to park in front of their garage, they could also technically have 3 parking spaces. And there's 1 handicap parking space in the middle if needed. The number of parking stalls is determined by best engineering practices. The number of stalls have been reviewed by city staff and deemed appropriate for the size of the development. West 8th Street is also a public street, and therefore, if overflow parking was needed, the residents would be able to park on the street. There are no parking restrictions on West 8th other than the odd-even parking rules over the winter as required by other public streets. For easements, all of the easements are consistent with our requirements. We made sure to add a 10-foot front easement for utility, drainage, and trail if there ever were to be a public sidewalk on West 8th. And we also have increased 20-foot side lot easements because the applicant wished to save some trees along their side lots, so large utility easements. There will not be any parkland proposed to be dedicated, and so therefore the developer will pay park impact fees in lieu of the parkland dedication. The Development Review Committee and Plan Commission have recommend approval of the Falcon Glen preliminary and final plat with 12 conditions. And as a note, the conditions list since the Plan Commission reviewed it went down from 16 to 12 conditions because we did get revised plans from the applicant and our stormwater consultant reviewed them and we were able to take away 4 of the conditions. So all of the conditions are the same. We just were able to take 4 as a result of their updated plans. And I'm happy to answer questions.
Amber, just a couple of things. When did the Richmond Fire Chief, when did you get his approval on this?
This would have been back in August.
That's fine. And then one other question I had, I attended the Plan Commission meeting on September 7th on the conditional use permit. And on your first recommendation, the developer shall abandon 2 existing water services and 2 existing sewer laterals at the mains. Now that night, that developer didn't sound like he was in favor of that. He made something about, well, why don't we wait until the city tears up the streets and the city can fix it themselves? Have you come to some other agreement with him?
Yeah, that's a great question. So after we received that feedback from him, we talked again with our Public Works Director, and he thought about it more and did feel that it's still appropriate that they do remove the 2 existing water and sewer laterals because there's no plans in our CIP in the near future to redo that street, and it's standard practice to have the developer take them out. So
So- I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go
that's
ahead.
okay. So our Public Works Director did deem that they will need to be removed out to the main.
So he has agreed to do that then?
Yes.
That's it for me.
I'd make a motion to approve Falcon Glen site plan with the 12 conditions.
6 now, you said it, right?
There's 12.
12 left.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sorry.
I'll second.
Further discussion? If not, take the roll, please.
Alderman Weinmeier,
Yes.
Alderman Gartner,
Yes.
Alderman Volkert,
Yes.
Alderman Kittle,
Yes.
Alderman Breeze.
Yes.
Motion passes. Next item is MEUW Regional Safety Management Program Renewal.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Since 2021, the city has participated in MEUW's Regional Safety Management Program. The program helps to educate and train employees on a variety of workplace health and safety standards. It also serves as a valuable resource to ensure compliance with safety standards under state, federal regulations as well. In your packet was a renewal. Our existing contract with MEUW will be expiring, and they are proposing a couple of different options for renewal. From a staff perspective, we would recommend a 4-year extension, which would reduce the cost slightly from where we are currently at today. This is a shared expense between city and utility. So this item was also discussed with the Utility Commission at their meeting last week, in which the Utility Commission has recommended moving forward with a 4-year extension. So therefore, tonight we are requesting council consideration to renew the contract for a 4-year extension going forward. So if there are any questions, I'd be happy to address those.
Are these mandatory? Or to get licensing or something?
So we have mandatory training in regards to OSHA compliance and various things, and that this is what this program helps us to ensure that we are meeting all of those safety and training requirements. Additionally, if there are particular safety type of trainings that are outside of general regulation that we need to adhere to, they also help just to provide an overall better, safe working environment as well. This is 2 years we've been. Mhm.
I'll second it.
Further discussion? Roll, please.
Alderman Gartner,
Yes.
Alderman Volkert,
Yes.
Alderman Kittle,
Yes.
Alderman Breeze, Alderman Weinmeier.
Yes.
Motion passes. Resolution 102301, bank qualified allocation resolution for West Central Biosolids Facility Improvements, Phase 0.5.
Mayor and council again. In your packet is a resolution that you are being asked to consider passing this evening. As you are aware, earlier this year, the council, as well as the Utility Commission, voted to move forward with Phase 0.5 of upgrades to the West Central Biosolids facility in Ellsworth. That first phase, or Phase 0.5, addresses some deficiencies in the existing building itself, and then also would address some capacity issues into the future. In order for the project to continue, financing is required to help have that project move forward, in which the West Central Biosolids has been working on trying to secure that financing. Recently, Ellers was engaged to assist the members to obtain that financing. They do wish to issue a tax-exempt revenue note, which would allow them to hopefully take advantage of a lower interest rate, therefore resulting in a lower cost of the project moving forward. However, in order to do that, the members of the West Central Biosolids are being asked to pledge capacity from our general obligation capacity so that they can issue that tax-exempt note. Our pledge of capacity does not obligate the city underneath additional standards of performance other than that is detailed in the contract. It simply would allow us to transfer that capacity that we have to West Central Biosolids so that they can issue that tax-exempt revenue note. In the memo, we have it detailed out by member communities, the amount that's being requested of each member, which is based upon our usage of the facility. So for New Richmond, we are being asked to grant just over $1.5 million in capacity. To date in 2023, we only issued one general obligation note to help finance the substation upgrades. So we have sufficient enough capacity to meet the request of the West Central Biosolids facility. Additionally, there are not currently plans to issue additional debt in 2023. And therefore, we are recommending to allocate the capacity that is being requested of the City of New Richmond. As I mentioned earlier, this was presented to the Utility Commission as well last week, and they are recommending approval as well from the council this evening. If there's any questions, I would be happy to address any of those. Otherwise, then we would just be looking for a motion to pass this particular resolution.
One question, are we still looking at other options down the line? Because I
Yes.
know as the River Falls is going on their own. And I think we're going to be looking at that situation for ourselves too, whether it's feasible or not.
Yep, so we are looking at various options in the future, which will be brought back to the council and the Utility Commission as well.
When do you think that'll be?
I think we would anticipate the November meeting with the Utility Commission and then bringing it forward for consideration with the council or discussion with the council shortly thereafter.
Making a motion to approve city's bank qualified exemption in the amount of
I'll second it.
Questions? If not, take the roll, please.
Alderman Volkert,
Yes.
Alderman Kittle,
Yes.
Alderman Breeze, Alderman Weinmeier,
Yes.
Alderman Gartner.
Yes.
Motion passes. Next is municipal water, sewer, and public works service mutual aid agreement.
This agenda item was also discussed with the Utility Commission during their last meeting. Since 2012, we have been entered into an agreement to provide mutual aid to surrounding communities and those surrounding communities to provide mutual aid to us in times of need, emergency, or additional training and resources when they are needed. A current audit with Roberts indicated that we need, or Hammond, we need to update the contract. The contract has been reviewed by legal with no changes, and therefore we do recommend allowing us to extend the agreement so that we can continue to have the resource of mutual aid should an emergency arise, as well as us provide support to our surrounding communities if they should need it as well.
This is just an updated, same exact contract, just renewing it.
Correct.
I'd make a motion to accept the extension of the mutual aid agreement.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Alderman Kittle,
Yes.
Alderman Breeze,
Yes.
Alderman Weinmeier,
Yes.
Alderman Gartner,
Yes.
Alderman Volkert.
Yes.
Passes. Board and commission appointments.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I think you all received communication from Monica. We had an opening on the library board due to somebody moving outside of the city. And so we posted it about a month ago and gave opportunity for applications to come in over the last couple of weeks. Monica and I met with really great candidates, amazing. After speaking with the candidates and Monica, they sent forth the nominee for Ari Dianasopoulos to fill that open spot. It's a 5-month appointment. The seat that she's filling actually expires, and then we'll look at renewal in April. I don't know if any of you reached out to Monica with any questions, but I'm happy to answer any as well.
I talked to Monica, and we went over the candidates, and she said it was a hard decision.
It was. They were all great.
She
but
said they're all really qualified, and I guess just she's comfortable with this person. She's a regular library user,
yes.
probably more than weekly, and she's talked to her numerous times and felt really comfortable with her.
I think she'll be a great addition.
Questions?
Second.
Alderman Breeze,
Yes.
Alderman Weinmeier,
Yes.
Alderman Gartner,
Yes.
Alderman Volkert,
Yes.
Alderman Kittle.
Yes.
Passes. Communication.
I have one comment before we get to that. I would encourage the council to, from our public, thanks, Jim.
Communication miscellaneous.
I have one. So I'm holding some silverware back here. Some hardware, whatever you want to call it.
Can't eat that.
The City of New Richmond, along with our private partner, won the 2023 Community and Economic Development Award, or CEDA Award, in Real Estate Redevelopment and Reuse for BB Lofts. So here's a picture up on the screen of Beth and I accepting the award. The award was presented at the Wisconsin Economic Development Association Fall Best Practices Conference in Wausau in late September. And the awards recognize projects, businesses, and organizations that are making exceptional contributions to advance economic growth and prosperity in Wisconsin. So this was a great, BB Lofts was a great project. I believe it is fully occupied now. It's 50 senior housing units, again, right in our downtown. It's super walkable with access to our grocery stores, our downtown businesses, library, post office. And it's a great example of public-private relationship, partnership in a project, and supports our efforts as a city to continue to revitalize our downtown. So we're very honored.
I'd say congratulations to the council, because this issue went back and forth quite a bit, and finally the council decided this is really going to be a benefit to the downtown area, merchants and actually seniors over 55. What we were looking at is that maybe they move out of their houses, they move there, and this opens up housing for other people, because we do have a housing shortage here in the Richmond. So I just want to say thank you to the council that had the foresight to move forward on this project, and hopefully if another one comes up, we'll have a little insight how this works. Thank you.
And I will say I was really excited when we went down and received this award. They had 4 different categories of awards through the WEDA conference. We were in one of those, and there was 3 competitors, 3 total. And the other 2 groups were just amazing projects with much bigger lands. You know, so they had like 16 acres and 20 acres. Their value of projects were much higher. And we were selected because, and this is, I was going to say thanks to the council, it was, I believe, it was one of the first public-private partnerships that we've had here in the city of Richmond, and I think that was a big factor in them choosing us. So the projects that were up were really impressive projects, and we were super excited that we won. So congratulations to the council for making that decision.
I was going to ask, we have a 1-minute short clip that they played at the ceremony about the project. Do you want to see it quick?
Absolutely.
Why not? We're here.
After years of disrepair, the once prominent BB building was an eyesore in downtown New Richmond. In 2018, the city acted swiftly to acquire the hotel with hopes to rehabilitate the site. Understanding the great need to increase its housing stock, the city aimed to utilize tax increment financing and state and federal resources to entice a developer partner to bring the project to fruition. It was the first time New Richmond engaged as a major partner on a redevelopment project. After 4 years of public investment and major cleanup, the Girard Corporation purchased the site and constructed a senior housing development. BB Lofts, a catalytic project in New Richmond, has provided 50 new senior housing units for the growing 55 and older population. In addition, the project has had a positive economic impact on the community, providing a new customer base for downtown businesses, increasing the city's tax base, and sparking many new developments throughout the community.
So kind of hard to hear, but in my report, in my monthly report, I have that link if you want to watch and listen again.
Thanks, Ben.
The city can't afford new speakers, but we can we can create tax increment financing like nobody's business. I'd like to congratulate Noah and the whole staff. They did a great job, and it's a great award. Good job.
Council, honestly.
Went to Wausau. I think you guys did a good job.
Okay, close.
Mayor, can I?
Greg?
Yeah, if I could, just a reminder that the Take Action Honor Katie event Saturday out at the Red Rooster, just outside in Richmond. That group, the nonprofit, is trying to raise money to continue some mental health wellness training for law enforcement throughout St. Croix County. They're also trying to send Katie's family and the St. Croix County Honor Guard out to Washington, D.C. in the spring for her inscription onto the Law Enforcement Memorial out in Washington, D.C. And then also trying to raise funds for a line of duty death memorial in front of the new government center in Hudson. So if you're interested, they've got raffles and prizes and auctions and things like that going on Saturday. I apologize, I don't have the exact time on me, but it's Saturday. I think it's like 2 to 6 or 2 to 4 or something like that out at the Red Rooster.
Not, do we have a motion to go into closed session per state statute 19.851E?
Make the motion.
Second?
Take the roll, please.
Alderman Breeze? Alderman Weinmeier?
Yes.
Alderman Gartner?
Yes.
Alderman Volkert?
Yes.
Alderman Kittle?
Yes.
Motion passes.
What can Greg do now?
Hang up. You can hang up.
Okay. Just so
This
you know,
conference is no longer being recorded.
I'm like silverware, I don't.